Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. I remember the name of the show. It's me and Don Frye.
I know.
Waiting for Sean McCorkle. I'm having one of those days, too. It's been one of those weeks, man. My kid's been sick all week. Not really sick, just has a cough. And then once your kid's sick, trying to balance getting anything done while watching a 4-year-old should be like an Olympic sport because it's just she's at that age where she just knows she has my number. Don, you with me? All right, well, I'll just talk to myself, I guess. So my daughter's at that age where she knows she has me whipped, and trying to write this. I got hired to write this like play for Vegas, and Don is gone. All right, so what's up, people? It's just me, Adam Hunter. This is the MMA Roasted Podcast. I'm here with, I think Don Frye is back. Hopefully he has better Wi-Fi connection. I can see Don. I can't hear him, but yeah. Can you hear me, Don? This is just perfect. All right, I'll just talk to the audience. Hopefully Don chimes in. Hopefully Sean chimes in. But McCorkle's supposed to come too. So yeah, my kid has my number. She knows she's sick. Well, she got a cough. I was trying to get work done, and it says, "Daddy, come play with me." And I'm like, okay, Viola, just give me a couple minutes. I just need Daddy, come on, just come play, please. Just give me 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are seconds, not minutes. And now Don is gone. This is just I don't know who's harder. Don, my kid, Greg Wilson's sick. McCorkle said he's coming. I'm having a fucking I don't even know why I'm gonna even release this podcast. I'm just having one of these fucking weeks. But it could be worse. You know, I'm here. And we have some audience. I don't even know who, maybe 3,000-4,000 people listen to this. And then we have Jenny Savage coming in. So basically, we're supposed to do a podcast yesterday, but McCorkle had to take his dog to the vet. So I moved the show to today, and now McCorkle isn't here. And Don is allegedly here, but his Wi-Fi is, it's like, his Wi-Fi is basically what happens in my brain. It just keeps going, and it goes, and it starts, and stops. And at times it's brilliant. At times it's really tough. Well, it's always really tough. And at times I can't understand any of it. So Don, your Wi-Fi is basically what's in my head at all times. Just constant noise, sputtering, coming and going, not knowing if it's going to show up or not. So how are you, Don?
I thought you were bad-mouthing McCorkle there. I thought I was off the hook.
No, I'm bad-mouthing McCorkle because we were supposed to do a podcast yesterday. He was like, I got to take my dog to the vet. So I was like, I love Sean. I spent hours the night before picking clips that I knew you guys didn't watch the fights. So I watched them and then selected the funny fucking things from the fights to get your reaction because it's kind of funny. And now McCorkle can't figure out how to fucking use his Wi-Fi. So yeah, and then Greg hits me up and he's like, I'm not really Sean says I'm trying something new. Why don't we try something that works? Fucking new. So anyway, my kid's been sick all week and driving me fucking crazy. I love her to death. I'm so blessed to have this child, but damn, I'm like, I get bullied by a 4-year-old all fucking day long. Like, Daddy, come play with me. Give me a minute, honey. Daddy, come on. Just 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are 5 seconds. Okay, I don't want to play by myself. All right, I'll come play with you. Let's play Barbie. Let's play Bluey. Let's play LOL. Okay, fine. I'll be these guys. No, you be these guys. Okay, you be the mom and dad. hey kids, time to go to bed. I don't want you to do that. But what do you want me to do? I do this. I do that. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Violet, I'm not fucking playing with you because it's not fun to play with. No, come on, and then it's just one after. It's just I don't know. Anyway, how are you? Perfect. That's
Who are you talking to?
You. How are you? That's all.
I thought you were talking to McCorkle.
McCorkle's not on the podcast. McCorkle hasn't signed in yet. You're taking a shit?
He keeps saying one more. Sounds like he's jacking off. I'm almost there. One more minute. You know. Is that how that reads?
Pretty much. So I had tickets to my wife's so the Mets are playing, right? The Mets Dodgers. I'm from New York. I'm a New York fan. Let's go to the Mets game, right? I'm never going with my wife to a baseball game again or any athletic event. No more fucking events with my wife. Okay.
Right.
One time we go to the
waste
UFC.
of money. It's a waste of money.
It's a waste of money. One time we go to the UFC event, right? It was Mark Hunt versus Overeem. Fucking Overeem lands the greatest flying knee of all time. Fucking Hunt is out. The whole fucking arena is like, holy shit. I go to my wife, you see that? And she's buying fucking dresses online on her phone. I'm like, you know what? I'm not taking you to any fucking more fights. Who are you going to take? Anyone. I'll take anyone. I'll take the fucking, well, I was going to say the Dalai Lama, but pervert. God, what are you doing? So can I tell you about what happened at Dodger Stadium? I don't know who I'm telling because I don't even know if you're even listening. I just hear fucking sinister laughter. All right.
How much did you pay for the tickets?
$225 out the fucking window. Right. So
each?
No. For three tickets. Okay. I don't even know why they even charge a 4-year-old. She sits on my lap the whole time. So we leave 2 hours before. And then because they only want to go because it's Hello Kitty night.
She probably pays more attention. She's probably paying more attention to the fights than your wife is, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah, my kid actually, right, 100%. But so it's Hello Kitty night at the Dodger Stadium. So this is supposed to be my Father's Day gift, which I bought it myself. So we get there, we leave 2 hours early. We get there by the 4th inning, right? And that's how fucking the traffic is the worst. And you got people selling shit all fucking, trying to sell you all kinds of Dodger stuff on the road, which you know is, people are getting a cutback from it because they shouldn't be there. They're holding up traffic. Then I'm like you. I get there, I got my things from Ticketmaster, like, oh, you need the MLB app. I'm like, I already have the tickets. Oh, it doesn't, unless you have this app, it doesn't count, right? And there's no Wi-Fi.
Right.
The Wi-Fi sucks. So I finally figure out the app. I stand online. The lady I think has like cancer or something. She's wearing like a hat. So I can't even get mad at her, right? Her life isn't bad enough. Then we get to our seats. We go to the wrong seats, right? We go to I don't even know what are you, I'm looking at a fishbowl right now. What am I looking at? Like, why am I here? What's the point of any of this? All right, we're all gonna die. Okay, so fucking right. So then we get to the wrong seats, right? But it's great. We go to the wrong seats, but actually get great tickets. Like we go to the accidentally, like now we're in like the 5th row. So I'm like, let's just stay here. It's the 5th inning. Nobody's here. But of course, my wife has to be a fucking, no, I don't want to sit here because these aren't our seats. I'm like, but there's nobody here. Yeah, but what if they come? It'll be embarrassing. I'm like, all right, but so then I'm like, oh well, I'm staying here. Well, I'm leaving. So she goes to her, and then of course my kid's like, where'd mommy go? So now I gotta go. All right, fuck. Now I gotta go climb 4 fucking flights. 4 flights.
She's insane. She doesn't know how to enjoy life.
Yeah, mommy's insane. Does not enjoy life, right? So now I gotta climb up the steps, like six steps with my kid, and I still beat her to the seats. That's how bad. So now I don't know where she is, right? And my kid has a cough, so I spent $50 on a fucking towel that we're never going to use. And then we're there for 2 innings, and my daughter's like, "Daddy, I'm not feeling good." All right, let's go home. Let's pay $200 to watch 2 fucking innings, all right, of a baseball game. So then, of course, I can't find my car. So now I don't know where I'm parked. I don't even think so now it takes an hour to find the car. All we hear are cheers from the stadium. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So happy Father's Day, right? I don't know where the fuck McCorkle is. He says I'm out of ideas. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
That's what he says. Try it.
Yeah.
Fucking try
Well,
again.
McCorkle's clear.
Don, I honestly think if you just yelled at me, I would hear you better.
He doesn't put any effort into it.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a quitter.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm driving on the dirt road. Give me about 2 minutes, and I'll be off the dirt road.
Perfect.
And you'll be able to.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I think if you just yelled, I get better Wi-Fi. Honestly. So then today, so of course, like, my kid beats me up all day. We basically play hide and go seek. We play Cinderella yesterday. We do this toys, that toys, all this shit. I'm like, I gotta get out of the house. I go down to the show. There's 4 people there. It's one of those shows. Comics are fighting with each other, and it's just one. I don't even want to go up. So I thought
it's your biggest crowd yet.
What's up, people? Support for MMA Roasted is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels, which are very important, especially to our people watching. Well, to everybody, really. But Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 8 million people worldwide, okay, who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, which is 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code MMA Roasted at manscaped.com. My math is correct. That's about 16 million balls. That's a lot of balls, people. Lots and lots of balls, okay? Listen, I've been using the Performance Package 4.0. It's a game changer, okay? I remember before I used to use scissors or I would use a razor. I've cut my balls, and that is not fun. Okay, I've scraped them. People thought I had STDs. I just had all kinds of just terrible things. All right, just horrible stuff on my nuts. Okay, and thanks to Manscaped, it's all taken care of. Okay, first off, the lawnmower 4.0, the trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever. I tried lots of ball trimmers. Okay, I plucked them out. I hasn't been good, okay? But this trimmer is waterproof, and you can say goodbye to the mess in the bathroom floor, okay? My wife comes in, she's hair everywhere. She's like, what's going on? It looked like somebody ran over a Furby or something, okay? Listen, Manscaped is the way to go, okay? Time to take care of yourself. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code MMA Roasted. Okay, that's 20% off. Free shipping. Use the code MMA Roasted at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code MMA Roasted. Unlock your confidence. Okay, let your balls out. Okay, you take home a girl for the first night, or your wife or a guy, whatever you're into. They can be like, wow, this person takes care of you. You don't want stinky nuts. All right, you don't want women to pass out and just have all kind of funk down there. Not good, okay? I used to look like Ben Askren down there. Girls would be like, is that Askren? Because it would just be lots of hair everywhere. Yeah, it was like Chase Hooper down on my nutsack. Not good, okay? Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Check it out.
You nervous?
Yeah, I finally get up, right? I finally get up to do the fucking show. And I actually have a good set because I can't wait to get out of the house. I just want to get out of the house. And then this morning, I got to take my daughter on a field trip, right? So it's to this farm. Now, this farm has like all these animals, like it's Underwood Farms. It's fucking rides, this. But instead, the class decides to go pick lettuce. So now I'm in a fucking field.
Are they getting paid for it, or is it like a UFC deal?
I think it's a UFC deal. So now I'm out in the fucking field with a bunch of kids picking lettuce and tomatoes and kale, shit that none one's going to eat. And of course, my daughter's like, Daddy, I have to go potty. There's no fucking potty there. Like, so now I'm walking through a field this morning, like fucking children of the corn, with holding my daughter, the porta potty, and of course I lose my phone. Luckily, another parent calls the phone, and a guy has my phone on a tractor. So I gotta go find down a fucking tractor. Yeah, so that was today. And then last week I took my kid to Universal because my buddy got us tickets. He's like a tour guide, and he goes, "Hey man, come to Universal." Blah blah. Dude, the Mario ride was 3 hours fucking long. 3 hours.
The line?
Yeah, the line for this. Yeah, and then you get on it, and then the kids have to wear goggles, which don't fit on my kid's head. So the whole time I'm holding my kid's goggles over. I don't know what she can see. We don't even play the Mario game. Everyone's fucking confused. So then I do a show that night. And the comics. One comic is like doesn't show up. Like I go give it up for Brett, whatever. He's not in the room, right? So then I bring up another comic who's on mushrooms. The guy is on mushrooms, tripping out of his fucking thing, starts talking to chairs, people that aren't even there. The crowd, half the crowd's laughing. The other half is like, what's going on? They want to call for help. It's a fucking comedy show / intervention. I mean, then I have to go back on. And I was like, oh, the next comic is on heroin. You know, like it's just anyway, did you watch the fights?
When were they?
Saturday night. Usually they're on Saturday, Don. That's usually when the fights are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I answered. I knew that as soon as I asked that question. I knew it. I think I did. I can't swear to it, but I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah.
It was Matt. That dog looks just like you, by the way. That might be the cutest.
Oh, she's beautiful, isn't she?
She's amazing.
She's gorgeous.
I love that tongue. That tongue is perfect. Fucking tongue.
Yeah. She's the love of my life, man. She's the only reason I'm alive. You know. And I already told the good Lord when she goes, I go. So expect two of us. You know.
That dog is amazing.
I ain't got no reason to live without her. You know. She's great.
Fuck.
She's great.
So Max Holloway fought Arnold Allen, right?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It was a great fight, man. I thought Max won.
Yeah, Max won. He won. Now, Arnold Allen. It seemed like his corner didn't tell him like, "Hey, you better get to finish in the fifth because otherwise you're not going to win this fight." I mean,
yeah. Yeah, you're fighting Max Holloway. The guy does not get tired, and he hits like a fucking mule. You better pull something out of your ass.
And he's never been dropped, like never been dropped, which is crazy. I mean, you have you ever been dropped? You ever been dropped?
Yeah, I got dropped. LeBanner dropped me, and then I got dropped a couple other times. That big Indian, that Patsy Indian, can't think of his freaking name. Was it Geronimo or Tonto?
So was that in Pride? Was that in Pride?
No, Magnus Coloradus. Let's see. It was a guy. Shit, he's a good guy. He's out of California, and I just wasn't. It was like 5 months after my 5th back surgery, and it was my last fight. I thought I could do it, but I couldn't do it, and I knew I couldn't do it. And I would ask the people I was rolling around with, "What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?" When you have to ask the question, you already know what the fucking answer is. So there's no sense in asking that question. Like, hey, you think my wife's cheating on me?
Yeah, wife's cheating on you. How did I do tonight on stage?
No, she's just a porn. She's in porn. Her name's in the bathroom walls of every fucking building in the state. So no, she's not cheating on you. She loves you.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's true. You're absolutely right. If you have to ask, okay, hold on, fucking McCorkle. All right, let me see what we got. So I'm actually calling Sean.
Yeah, it's like you're just It's like you're looking for
Sean, so you can't Don, Sean, you can't
you don't get the answer you want.
yeah, that's Sean. There's no way you can sign in. What's going on?
No, I keep doing it, and it goes through the whole thing, and then it says the site can't be reached. And then I even manually typed it in, like took the thing and manually typed it into Zoom and hit join, and it didn't let me do it. And I can sign on any other website. I can do anything else on my computer now. Before it was like locking up. I thought that's what it was. But I'm signed onto the internet. I can do anything. I just can't get to that Zoom or whatever. It just says the site can't be reached.
From your phone too?
Yeah, I guess it's from my phone. Let me try that. I didn't know.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, let me.
All right, so Sean's gonna try his phone. He didn't.
Yeah, did you send it to his phone or just his email?
I mean, I sent it to his phone, but it didn't occur to him to try by his phone. On his phone.
Well, you can't have good looks and brains, Yeah, you gotta give one of them up or both.
And Sean's the smartest guy I know. Literally,
I know.
He hasn't worked in 25 years. No one knows what he does, how he makes money. He somehow owns a house. He's the smartest guy I've ever met, but he doesn't figure out that maybe being on your phone to a link that I sent to your phone might actually work.
Absolutely. Well, he's worried about his dog, man. He's worried about his dog. Come on.
So, what do you think of Clay Guida? Clay Guida is a guy who won all these fights from outworking guys in wrestling. I mean, all these guys. He beat Anthony Pettis. He beat, all these guys. He just grapples and grapples and grapples. But then decides for this fight, he looks amazing. He looks shredded. He's got abs. Yeah. He decides to not use his wrestling. Literally, it was like, I'll just become a striker at age 40. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
I love Clay, my nephew. He's great. I love him. He's a good boy, but I think he's tripping on mushrooms that night too. He made a mistake, and kept making more mistakes. So, but he's fucking bulletproof. He'll come back.
Yeah. Is he really your nephew?
Loves him.
Is he actually your nephew, Don? I didn't know that was your nephew. So yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess the crowd will never know whether or not.
He'll be back, and the crowd loves. He works his ass off. He gives everybody, win or lose, he gives everybody
a show. He does do that.
Whether or not what.
Now, what he did was after the fight, he pretended he was going to retire, and then he said he wanted to trade gloves with his opponent, and he gave a shout out to his friend who was her birthday, which pissed off Dana White, which I'm sure it did, but it was kind of funny at the same time. Like, it was after that performance, I actually thought he was going to retire. Like, I think people were like, "Oh shit, Clay's retiring. It makes sense that he's going to retire." But then he's like, "Fuck that, I'm not retiring. I just want to give a shout out, fool you." And then Dana White was actually mad because he's like, "What the fuck was that? We have time. We have this. We have to get it done by this." I don't know. I mean, I thought it was entertaining. I don't know if we should make this a thing, but at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, he won. Come on, now you're on the limit. The acceptance.
Don, your Wi-Fi is brutal. It's brutal.
Winners, come on. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Fuck.
No, it's okay. Hope we're gonna see if also if Sean figures out whether or not his phone works or not. So it said from your phone. It says Safari cannot page. The server's not responding. It's so fucking weird. Don, you got on though, right?
Yeah, I got on. Yeah.
So do you think it's I mean, what do you
What kind
think?
of question is- what kind of question is that? You're looking at me. You big
I
dummy.
know. I know. So is this is
Oh, I get it. Sean's the smartest man you know. Me, the dumbass, got on and he can't get on. Is that what you're fucking implying?
well, I'm wondering if it's me. I was wondering. I was wondering if it's.
How come you can't get on? You're fucking super smart, Sean.
All right. How come I can only hear you? I can only hear you when you're insulting me. Like for some reason, like none of this shit goes through unless you're fucking insulting me, and then all of a sudden it's fucking perfect. But when I'm trying to get your breakdown on a fight or like anything else, then it doesn't go through. By the way, where are you on your way to?
Going over to my girlfriend's house.
Oh, nice.
I got to pick up my other truck and take it to get tires on it. So I got to trade trucks with her.
Oh God. So all right, and then all right. So what else happened over the weekend that we could talk about that was kind of entertaining? So Kudalaba, who fucking ran through Bozer, I mean ran through him, looked amazing. Although the stoppage was a little quick, but he was lighting him up. And then he thanks Kansas and gets booed because they were in Kansas City. That was pretty hilarious. And then what's his name? Bill Algeo, who that TJ Brown fight was insane. I mean, basically Algeo was just throwing hooks, and then he threw a straight and an elbow. The fucking elbow knocked out TJ Brown, or knocked him down, and then he choked him out. So then he fake retired again, and he insulted everyone too. Did you see that one? It was on the prelims.
Yeah. How do you no? How do you insult everybody? What do you say?
Let me see if I could pull it up. I was so excited to tell McCorkle about all this because I was like, all right, so here's what happened. I'm sharing the screen, right? I don't know if you could see. All right, so screen share screen. Here we go. So it was pretty damn hilarious. So he insulted everyone by doing this. He goes,
all right, listen, I would never retire in a dump like Kansas City. All right, all I see is a bunch of crowd-wearing, Uber Eats driving, Bud Light drinking, Tylenol licking sons of guns.
So he called the Kansas City a bunch of Crocs wearing, Bud Light drinking, Uber Eats driving, something sons of guns.
And they got mad about that and booed him?
Yes, they didn't like. I'm not sure what it was. I mean, the Crocs I could see. I think the Bud Light drinking was the one that put him over.
I think so. I think that's what buried him. Yeah, nobody wants to be associated with that shit anymore. It's fucking horse piss. Jeez, or it's transvestite piss. Jeez.
Transvestite. Well, I don't know. What's the difference between transvestite piss and regular piss?
How the hell do I know? I don't know.
You're the one who said it. You're the one who said it.
The only trans I know is the transfer case in the truck, Shit.
Right, of course.
I don't know anything else about trans.
Right. Well, listen, I know some trans people, and they're fine. They're amazing. They're good, as good as
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Just like there's some fucked up heterosexual people. Okay. Everybody's got to get off their fucking whiny little rocking chair and fucking face facts. There's good people and bad people in all sizes and shapes. And, fucking A. But man, when you're fucking around trying to turn kids into fucking trannies or homos or what have you, man, or bestialitis, knock it off. Leave them alone. Let them grow up, They don't need to be cutting their dick or tits off just to make you happy.
You know what? Listen, man, there's a lot of truth to that. You leave kids alone and let people just be people. Fuck it. People are going to find their way regardless. I may have said it differently, but I understand the sentiment. Now Brandon Royval.
Yes, you said it. You said it a lot more. You had a lot more control of when your verbiage. Yes.
Brandon Royval. So this guy's a fucking machine. The guy wins. He kicks ass. Goes out there. He gets the finish. He did it was a knee from the. It was a front knee. It wasn't even a back knee. You know how like something you could knee someone with with your back knee. He knocked the guy out with his left leg. I think, or unless he was. And then afterwards, he goes off on the UFC for putting him on the prelims, which I guess he said his brother's in jail, and the only time his brother could watch him is if he's on the main card, which also, pretty admirable, not for his brother being in jail, but that he's looking out for his brother. So this is what he says.
Right.
That's betting against me, bro. Fuck you guys. Honestly, I'm glad he said that, because it's just like, bro, you guys these people always bet against me. And it's like, what are you guys betting on? People telling me I'm getting knocked out. And I'm like, this dude, whatever. I go and put my fucking self out there. I go fight my ass off, and I'm the most dangerous dude in this division. And it's like, what do you guys want from a motherfucker? Because I'm performing, I'm putting it out there. I should never be in a fucking prelim again. And so I'm top 5 in the world. I've been fighting top 5 since I've been in the UFC, top 10 since I've been in the UFC. I haven't fought anybody not in the top 10 since I've been in the UFC. And I've been making statements and finishing all these people in the UFC. I've had all finishes.
Hey, guy makes some points, and I like that he said, bet against me, fuck you. I mean, now I was a fan of before. Now I'm really a fan of this dude. Thoughts, Don?
What the fuck? What's his brother in jail for?
I don't know. I have no idea what his brother's in jail for. But
so we're supposed to have sympathy for a fucking family of criminals? I mean, come on.
No, but I like that he said, I'm top 5 of the world. You keep betting against me. Fuck you. I think that's pretty cool.
You're damn right. Yeah, that's a lot better than saying, hey, fuck you, Dana White, for putting me on prelims, but a lot smarter verbiage too.
So this is the guy Kudalaba who won, who gave a shout out to Kansas, even though he was in Kansas City. Hold on, I got it.
He's in Missouri.
Yeah.
He was in Missouri.
That was a fantastic performance. What's up, Kansas? What a great performance. How good does it feel to get back into the win column?
What?
Well, how did I get back in the win? But he said, "What's up, Kansas?" And then the crowd realized that he didn't, he forgot city. I think the guy's from Russia. Leave the fucking guy alone. If I was in some Russian city and it gave a shout out to, and then come on, give me a break. I get confused in Kansas City and Kansas sometimes. You don't have to boo the guy.
And he just got his head punched in too. Fuck. What do you want to do? Recite the Gettysburg Address for you? Come on.
So, and then Ed Herman, who's had like 100 fights, fought Zach Cummings, and they both retired afterwards. Zach Cummings beat the shit out of Ed Herman. I mean, he must have dropped him 9 times. Ed Herman kept up kicking him when he had one knee on the ground. Like twice this happened. He kept going for triangles, not getting a triangle, and then just kicking the guy in the face. And he kept getting points. So I mean, he must have won 10, 30-24. He just and they both retired. I don't know if you watched that, but that was pretty crazy.
No, I didn't see the prelims. No.
Yeah. So they both retired.
I made that statement 10 minutes ago.
So this week in the UFC, this week was actually an amazing week for sports in general. Because I don't know if you follow boxing at all.
No, I haven't seen boxing in a long time. Shit.
So,
but who fought? I know it was a name, right?
Well, 2 guys are fighting this Saturday. It's Tank Davis, who's undefeated, against Ryan Garcia, who's undefeated.
Wait.
I think it's like 135, maybe. They're both and they both bet their entire purses to the other guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And they did it on like a FaceTime call too, which is like, I mean, that's crazy. I don't think if you bet someone like that, does that hold up in court or no? What do you think? I'm just
Why not? Why not? I mean, who gives a shit about? You give your fucking word, you keep it. You know.
Yeah, I
It's called
understand that. But
integrity.
It's gonna be about $20 million each, $25 million each. So
it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for one of them. One of them, fuck. One of them's gonna be broke. Gonna have to borrow some money.
fuck. I mean, that's crazy. That I don't know why they.
Did they bet? Did they bet before or after expenses? You know.
Well, the fights this Saturday, and Tank Davis is the favorite. Garcia is like a taller, skinnier guy, but he's like a more likable. People like him better. He's kind of a pretty boy, but he's really good. Garcia, I mean, Tank Davis is like, he got tats everywhere, and he's like, he just seems like he's just
wait a second. Time out. You're a white guy saying that the white guy is much better. People like him more.
No, they're both black. No. Garcia's. I think Garcia's Mexican, I believe, and the other guy's black. The black dude looks like the black guy looks like he's tougher, based on his appearances, on his neck tattoos, and his face. Who knows? They're both tough guys. Both really tough guys. I think Tank should win, but I don't know. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a really good fight. So that's this Saturday. Grand slams, no-hitters, and double plays are back. That's right. And there's no better place to get on the MLB action than FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of Major League Baseball. And guess what, people? New customers in Massachusetts getting in on the action with $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed, when you place your first $5 bet. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston. And finally, you can bet on all your favorite sports, from the money line to point spreads to player props and more. I love it, okay? If I'm going to bet, I'm going to go on FanDuel. So now, bet on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Don't miss your chance to get $200 of bonus bets. Win or lose. How great is that? Okay, visit FanDuel.com/Boston and make every moment more. That's FanDuel, the official partner of Major League Baseball. You got to be 21 and older and present in Massachusetts. Okay, your first online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable. And bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help is here. So is hope. Hope and help. GamblingHelpLineMA.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com or call 1-800-GAM-1234. That's FanDuel. Check it out now. Right now. You want to bet? That's where you go. I got to talk to you about HelloFresh. First of all, what is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get fresh farmed, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You got to skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. #1. All right. You can make mealtime easy with delicious recipes made with fresh, wholesome ingredients delivered to your door. No lines, no hassle, no gas, all that other stuff that you have to get there. No, just great tasting meals you can whip up and enjoy in the comfort of home. Sounds good to me. HelloFresh has 40 weekly recipes to choose from for all meal occasions, lifestyles, and preferences. Okay, take your pick from meals like soy glazed salmon with rice or mushroom and chive risotto. That sounds delicious. I'm in. Now, me and my wife, we've been doing home cooked HelloFresh, and it has been delicious. Delicious. Okay, it saves us time. It saves us money. We're in. So just go to HelloFresh.com/roasted60. Use the code roasted60 for 60% off plus free shipping. Okay. HelloFresh.com/roasted60. All right. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Go check it out. So Nate Diaz has agreed to fight Jake Paul. So Nate Diaz is in a boxing match in August. I think it's in Las Vegas. Right now, Jake Paul is a -275 favorite.
Jeez.
Which, I mean, did you ever think you'd be saying that or hearing that?
No, never.
And I guess they're both co-promoting it. Nate Diaz on part of his like real boxing or real fighting, and Jake Paul has his thing. I don't know who's gonna win this fight. I hope Nate Diaz wins this fight. I really, really hope he wins. I hope he wins.
Real boxing and promotions and real bullshit promotions, huh?
Yeah, but I really hope Nate Diaz wins. I mean, fuck, but he's older. He's not. He hasn't. I don't know if he's had any boxing matches. I know he's a good boxer, but he hasn't won a fight in a long time. Oh no, he did. He beat Tony Ferguson. He beat up Tony Ferguson. About a year ago or something. So I hope Nate wins. I really do.
I do too.
I
love the Diaz brothers, man. They're great.
I don't want to see him lose to Jake Paul. I do not want to see him lose to. It just sucks because Jake Paul fought one guy who actually boxed before, who had boxing on his record and lost. And now he goes back to fighting retired MMA guys who have big names but are MMA fighters. It's just like, come on.
Oh, I'm retired. I got kind of a big name. He hasn't called me. And I'm crippled up. Shit. He'd have an easier shot with me than he would Diaz.
So this Friday night in Hawaii, Bellator, it's Liz Carmouche versus Deanna Bennett. Liz Carmouche is she's a Marine. She's a lesbian. She's tough. She's strong. Former UFC fighter. I
don't think you had to point out that she's a lesbian. After you said Liz is a Marine, I think everybody pretty figured that out.
She's fighting Deanna Bennett, who's a little hottie from New Jersey. They fought before. Liz won. Liz is the champion. I don't really know Liz. I know Deanna. She's a real sweetheart. A little awkward. She's a little awkward, but she's cool and hot and a friend. So I got to go for Deanna in this one. Tim Johnson, who also he was in the Army. He was an Uber driver. He worked at a strip club as a bouncer.
Is he a lesbian?
He looks like a lesbian. He needs a win. He's a guy that like loses 5 and then wins 5 and then loses 5 and he's just one of those dudes. He reminds me, and he has your mustache, Don. He has your type of mustache. So I hope he wins. I really do.
Yeah, me too. Just for the mustache factor, yeah.
And then Sarah McMahon is on. Don is on. Is anyone else with me? So then Sarah McMahon's fighting. She's making her Bellator debut against Arlene Blanco. I like Sarah. Sarah's also a fucking, Sarah's a little hottie wrestler. Used to be in the UFC. Now she's making a lot more in Bellator. Good person and kind of like I taught her comedy. Like you think she's this like nice soccer mom chick. She's a fucking little freak. She's a freak in the bedroom. Right. Yeah. It's always those ones, right? That you.
How do you know she's a freak in the bedroom?
Because she told me her jokes. She's a fucking. I mean, maybe she's making them all up, but damn, she's a freak in the bedroom, according to her and her husband. So, and then this guy Chris Lencioni is fighting, also Tyra Fortune, and the UFC. It's Pavlovich versus Blades. This should be a good fight. Pavlovich is like 27-1. Have you ever seen this guy?
No.
Oh, the guy's a monster. He's an absolute monster. I'll tell you some of the guys he's fought and beaten. His last couple wins is going to be scheduled. Here we go. So Sergey Pavlovich is 17-1. He has a win over Tai Tuivasa by knockout. He knocked out Derek Lewis. He knocked out Shamil Abdurakhimov. He knocked out Maurice Green. He lost. It's only losses to Overeem. So he's 17-1. Overeem, by the way, just did a kickboxing fight and is now banned for a couple of years because of taking substances. Shocker.
What kind? Or more horse meat or some candy? Nose candy.
Horse meat. So he's fighting Curtis Blades, who has a win over Tom Aspinall, but that win, Aspinall's leg just came out like an ACL tear in like 15 seconds or something. He's fighting Chris Dawkins. He beat Chris Dawkins. He beat Rosenstreich, who he just laid on him. He beat Junior Dos Santos. He beat Volkov. So this is a good fight. Curtis Blades is a Division II, I think, national champion wrestler, solid wrestler. Pavlovich is a striker. Sometimes Curtis gets into stupid situations where he ends up, making one mistake and gets beat, as he did against the Black Beast. But this should be a good fight between two heavyweights. If Curtis is smart, he makes it a really boring fight and just grinds him and takes him down. Otherwise, I think he gets knocked out.
When's the last time Blades has won a fight?
Blades won. Well, he won in 15 seconds in July 23rd, but that guy's leg gave out. Like Tom Aspinall, his leg just popped out. And then before that,
okay. When's the last time he beat a guy and really won the fight?
March 26th, a year ago.
Yeah, I guess. I thought he had a bad run there, didn't he? What happened?
A little bit, but he's on a good run now. I mean, he's got he's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His last loss was to Ngannou in 2018. So
wow. How come he hasn't gotten to fight Ngannou since then? I mean, come on.
Well, Ngannou, Ngannou fucked up his career by going to boxing, and then now is realizing that nobody really is going to pay to watch him box, or no one's going to pay what he thought he was going to pay. Ngannou's kind of in nowhere land right now.
Right.
And also Brad Tavares is fighting this guy, Jared Gordon. You watched that fight? He's a guy that overdosed on heroin, almost killed himself. He was basically a drug addict. Well, he was a drug addict. He got sober. He somehow had a seizure, and they gave him the drugs that to get him back. They gave him the drugs that basically he was addicted to, so he became a drug addict again. This dude's had some terrible luck in his past, but really came through it. Everyone thought he beat Paddy Pimblett the last fight. Remember that fight against Paddy Pimblett? UFC was pushing Paddy Pimblett. This is our guy, because he kind of looks like a dude from Oasis, and he's from England, and everyone's like, this is our guy. And then he gets hit a lot. I thought Jared won that fight.
I don't remember. No, I don't remember, Paddy. I might have missed that fight.
So he's fighting Bobby Green now. Jared Gordon versus Bobby Green. Bobby Green's one of those dudes that everyone that had his gym were saying, this is the guy. This is the guy. And Bobby is the guy who, let's see, Bobby's coming off a loss. He got knocked out by Drew Dober his last fight. He lost to Islam Makhachev the fight before that. Before that, he beat Nasrat. He beat Ali Quinta. Wow, he's lost 4 of his last 6. But for some reason, it doesn't feel that way, because he's in every fight, and then he gets knocked out. He talks a lot of shit. He's always talking shit during the fight. He's like one of these guys that talks his way into fights during fights. I think he's got more skill than Jared Gordon. He's got more talent, but Jared Gordon could beat him, because Bobby Green is another guy who's his own worst enemy. So those are the 2 big ones this week. And then tomorrow, Usman's brother's fighting. He won the Ultimate Fighter, Mohammed Usman. He's fighting Junior Tafa. But yeah, those are the big ones. That's this week. And then in Bellator on Saturday night, it's Rufian Stotts, who he's 19-1. He's fighting Patchy Mix, another great fighter. Alina McFarland's fighting Aaron Pico. You know him, right? He was the guy that was the best wrestler in high school. He was this guy that was a phenom. And then he didn't go to college, tried out for the Olympics, didn't make the Olympics, went into Bellator. His first fight, they put him at Madison Square Garden against a guy who's 10-3. He gets knocked out. Now he's 10-4. And when he fights smart, he's almost unbeatable. But for some reason, another thinks he could, become a boxer. even though he has a wrestling pedigree. So
Right.
he's fighting James Gonzalez. Ray Borg is a guy who's fighting Haraguchi. That's a good card. That's a good fight. And Yancy Medeiros is fighting. So Bellator's got some good fights on Saturday as well. But yeah, that's that. By the way, did you ever wrestle with Scott Steiner?
No, but he beat me. I wrestled against him, but not with him.
Oh, you wrestled against him? Like in the WWE?
Yeah.
Where?
No. In college, you big dummy. In
You
college.
actually oh, really?
Yeah.
And when he was at Michigan?
Yeah. And I
What
was
was
at
it?
Arizona State.
What was the score?
And that was the year. I wrestled 165 or 190. I'd go up and down, and he was a 190 pounder, and I had just wrestled 67 like 2 nights before in a dual meet, and so I got to wrestle him, and hell, he puts on a Force 10 knee brace on his damn arm, like holy shit, and he underhooks me and throws me across the ring, across the mat. And old Bobby Douglas, our coach, he starts backing up in his chair. He says, "Glenn, big man, get over here, Coach Don." He abandoned me.
No way. So what was the score of the match?
I have no idea. I did not win. Shit, so I don't know.
But you were an All-American, right?
No. I always got hurt before the regionals,
Well, I was on TikTok. Yeah. Did you ever see him in the WWE or in not a WWE when he went over to what was it?
WCW?
No, Impact Wrestling. You ever see him on like Impact?
No.
Okay, he starts doing math. You ever see his math promo?
He does what?
Okay, you got to see this promo because this might be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I couldn't wait to show you and McCorkle this. But I'll play it for you because this might be one of my. I think I watched this 100 times and laughed every time. Hold on, my wife was not as amused.
He starts doing what?
Math. He starts doing math, right? So math, M-A-T-H.
He does meth? Oh my.
No, not meth. Math. Okay. All right. Here, I'll play this for you. Hold on.
I just saw him. this weekend.
No, not math. Okay, watch this. Listen to this.
Oh, Miss Mojo. And you can see that statement is not true. Wrestling.
Hold on.
Miss Mojo. And you can see that statement is not true. Wrestling, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So and then you add Kurt Angle to the mix. Your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the 3-way, that sacrifice, you got a 30.
Hold on.
Add Kurt Angle to the mix. You can't.
All right, hold on. Let me see if let's see if I can do this. Ready?
Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. So you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm equal. But you look at me.
Oh, the fuck. Hold on. What is this? Let me see.
Who's the mini Papa Pump next to the good-looking girl?
Oh, I don't know. She was hot as fuck. So he does this like
the mini. No, there's Papa Pump and the mini Poppy Pump. Who's that guy?
I don't know who that guy is. But he was that dude was hilarious. I mean, Scott Steiner, his math was like next level. So let's see if I can find it. So hold on, here we go.
But you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Hold on, let's start from the beginning.
They say all men are created equal. But you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go 1-on-1 with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best that beat me. And then you have
Hold on.
It's turn on the nose.
Hold on, man.
Chance of winning. But I got a 60-60 2/3 chance of winning. It's turn on the nose. He can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Small Joe, you take your 30-30 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we used to go 1-on-1 and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you.
So we go from doing math to spelling.
like, how do you come up with these promos? Did someone wrote that for him, or he wrote that himself?
I don't know. That's funny. That is fucking funny. Jeez. I wish I thought of something like that. Jeez.
So then for some reason, I guess Impact Wrestling, you know, Scott Steiner was just, they were like, oh, we got to do more stuff with him. So they made him do intros, right? They made him as the announcer. Yeah. And he was probably the best announcer I've ever seen. Listen to his announcing skills. He just starts insulting everyone.
He's funny.
Listen to this.
Yeah, he's funny. Shit.
It's scheduled for 1. Introducing first.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I can't now.
He said, hailing from Dunkin' Donuts from the great state of obesity. I mean,
who was he introducing?
I don't know who the guy was, but he looked like he was pretty big. He was a pretty big guy. So what was he like when you worked with him over the weekend?
Oh, he's a nice guy. He was, you know, we just spoke briefly, you know, about him coming on my podcast. He says, I gave you my phone number before you never called. How come you didn't call him? And I said, well, shit, I didn't think you'd answer.
Yeah, no, he was, they were amazing. Now, how much juice do you think he did? He must have done to get that big. I mean, oh, wow.
I don't know. He was a freaking collie, man, you know? I mean, both those guys are just, you know, they started out freaky, you know? Jeez. They're animals.
Who do you think now they said back in the day they had a wrestling match between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, and Kurt won. Back in WWE.
I heard that. Yeah, backstage, I heard that. Yeah.
In their prime wrestling. What? In prime wrestling, who wins? Angle, right?
Yeah, because Angle was an Olympic gold medalist. You know, he was a world champion. Brock's a fucking monster, but he's only a national champion. There's quite a difference between national champion and world champion.
Even though, but Brock was bigger though, right? Isn't a lot bigger?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm sure they both have freaky strength, you know, but Angle's got that speed that, you know, once you're a heavyweight, you don't have that speed anymore, you know, and you're used to fighting or competing against people who don't have speed. So, you know, you have a whole different technical aspect on your opponents, you know, and then if somebody comes in there and they're going, you know, 5 times the speed of what you're used to, or 10 times the speed, you know, you're going to get confused.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely.
I mean, Brock Lesnar's a fucking monster. He's an amazing athlete. I mean, come on, he was doing pro wrestling. You know, he's a national champion in wrestling. He's doing pro wrestling, and then he comes over and wins the world heavyweight title in the UFC. You know, he's the only one on the planet who pulled that one off.
Yeah. Was he a nice guy when you guys met?
Who?
Brock.
Brock's Brock. You know. He was a nice guy to me, yeah, because you know, his cousin or second cousin, Brad Reagan's is a friend of mine. He broke me into wrestling, you know, pro wrestling. So that's how we became friends. Brad and I.
Got it.
And Brad was fourth in the Olympics in '76 in Greco-Roman. You know, that was when they did it by points. And he had beat all three guys ahead of him. He just lost on the point aspect. You know, if they'd judged it the way they judge it now, he'd been gold medalist. Yeah.
I met somebody in Canada, nice guy who beat what's his name in wrestling. He was a wrestler. He was an Olympian from Canada. Came to my show. Guy couldn't have been nicer. You think he was a school teacher when you met him, and he had a win over Cael Sanderson in wrestling, which was like he lost to Yoel Romero in the Olympics. I met him in Vancouver.
Is that how he introduced himself? I beat Cael Sanderson.
No, because I was fucking with him, and I'm like, yeah, well, too bad you couldn't. You ever wrestled Cael Sanderson? Like I was trying to like kind of big time him, sort of like from the stage, and then he's like, yeah, I actually beat him, and he was being serious, and I was like, holy fuck. The guy was a real nice guy. You ever meet him? Shane Lamott, Troy Schmeichel, and his name is Shane Lamott. You ever hear of him?
No, sir. No.
Yeah.
When I got out of wrestling,
his name is Justin Abdu.
You just keep throwing fucking names out.
His name is Justin Abdu, and his wife is Lindsay Abdu, and his wife is also an Olympian wrestler. Justin Abdu. He's got a win over Cael Sanderson in wrestling, which was pretty crazy. Lost to Yoel.
And his wife's name is what?
Lindsay, and she was an Olympian too.
Lindsay Abdu, and their kid is Me Too Abdu.
And they both, I was like, when you guys have sex, do you guys call each other for are there stalling calls? I was like, fucking with them. But listen, Don, what do you got coming up?
Oh, I go, let's see, couple weeks. I'll be in New Jersey signing autographs. Frank Shamrock and Enzo Gracie and I will be signing autographs. And then I'm going to run over and watch the fight that night, the UFC that night.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. You want Henry or Aljo?
I'm going with Henry, of course, man. Come on. Henry.
Because he's from Arizona?
He's from Arizona. He's a wrestler, and
Aljo's
he won the title.
Aljo's a wrestler, too. Aljo's a wrestler?
Oh, fuck yeah. Jeez. Compared to that little Mexican kid, no way, not even close.
Well, listen, you guys are great. Sorry we couldn't get Sean on today. He tried signing on 5 times. Greg, I hope you feel better. I don't know what happened to Jenny Savage. So it was me and the legend Don Frye. I hope you have a great week. I love you, man.
All right, baby. Love you. Take care.